Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here and welcome back to my channel. And today's video, which is for all you simmers out there who have ever thought, damn, I would like a little bit of spice in my Sims 4, and yet I record on YouTube, I stream on Twitch, or I'm just not super horny and I don't want to see my Sims, go in there. Yes, we're talking about Wicked Whims. Wicked Whims is probably one of the most talked about mods when it comes to The Sims 4. Even people outside of the community have heard of Wicked Whims. If you haven't heard of Wicked Whims, you're probably too young to be watching this video. So I'm gonna shout out to the parents now. If you want to be responsible and you don't want your kiddos watching this and you hear this, please get them to turn it off. Yes, Wicked Whims. If you guys don't know, it leads to illicit activities in your Sims game. I downloaded this about a year ago now. However, I played around with the settings to pretty much remove anything that could get me banned off YouTube or Twitch. There was also a streamer safe mode which blurred everything. That's what I used. But the one and only Turbo Driver, who is the creator of Wicked Whims, has now seen the rise in popularity of streaming and YouTube and people wanting some of the systems because this is an outstanding mod. Honestly, the level of detail is insane. And they've clearly seen this rise and popularity of it and decided, you know what? Why don't we just make a separate mod that's basically a clean version of Wicked Whims? And therefore, they have created Wonderful Whims. So this is the download page. This is wonderfulwhims.com. I will link that down below as well. This is where you can read all the information about this mod, and also you can download it. There is a link to Mod The Sims. That's where I downloaded my version of it. So you can get it from Mod The Sims. All you have to do is click on this, but this is basically the informational page, and in here you can see what this includes. So it includes the attractiveness system, the relationships, impressions, which these are basically what I downloaded Wicked Whims for when I did get it. Everyone was like, oh Molly, you naughty simmer, but I pretty much got it for the attractiveness system because the Sims 4 team could never, and we still don't have attractiveness in the game. There have been talks about a chemistry system and like dating and things like that in the surveys that we have done this year, but it's still not in the game, and I miss having like an attractiveness system or a chemistry system. There's just nothing, I say it all the time, but there's nothing distinctive about the Sims personalities in The Sims 4 to me personally, and so these three things actually add a lot to your game. I usually turn off menstrual cycle and birth control just because they don't really interest me in the game. Like, I have to go through this IRL and it just makes your Sims like uncomfortable, and I don't really see the fun in that. I know a lot of players do enjoy it for the realism. So just to give you guys a quick overview of what is included with this mod, we obviously have the attractiveness, so live in a world where every sim has their own style and preferences that affect everybody else. So this is basically the chemistry system. These are your turn-ons, your turn-offs. If you played The Sims 2, you will know all about these. Kind of your favorites, what you find attractive about people in the world, what you don't find attractive. You can set like a sex preference, so you can choose between male or female, hair color, body type, facial features, and you can also encounter storytelling situations, which is basically a pop-up telling you if they find a sim attractive or not. You can also try and impress them with your looks. Then we have impressions and personalities. So there are actually 9, I think I was correct. So there are 9 personality archetypes. These basically unlock a couple of different interactions that you can do with your sim, and if two sims have the same personality personality types, they actually get on a lot better and build chemistry a little bit faster. You can also like lie to someone about your personality if you want to try and impress them. You can fake who you are. So you have Sage, which are basically your smart sims. You have your artists, your hero sims, caregiver, jester, innocent, lover, greedy, and everyman. These basically apply to your sims once you load up a save. I think they go off the traits that you choose, because the two sims that I currently have and who I have played with a little bit have ones that kind of correlate to their in-game traits that come with the Sims 4, and they're very similar to each other. Like I said, it leads to a couple of different interactions that you can do with people as well. There's also persistent boredom, which it's really hard to make a sim bored in The Sims 4. It happens every so often, like if you like repeatedly talk about something. Actually, I don't know if it happens without mods. Maybe I've just been playing with mods too much. I don't think it actually does, but in The Sims 4 you can talk about the same thing over and over and Sims will just be like, cool! Whereas if you talk about the same things over and over with this mod, then they do actually get bored. You can also have open relationships, so if you're looking for that polyamorous representation, not just using the one, I think it's a reward trait that we have currently in the game, you can do that. Then there's also obviously the menstrual cycle, and it can also affect pregnancy. If you want to play with the pregnancy, you can make your pregnancies last longer. And then there's also woohoo. There are also STDs, if that floats your boat, if you want that in your game. Like I said, I basically am downloading it for these three. I'll probably turn all of these off, just because these are what, excuse the pun, I personally find attractive about this mod. So as you can see, obviously V is creative, and therefore with this mod, they actually have the reward trait of artist. Artist sims strive to create things of enduring value and achieve their vision. In many cases, however, the fear of not being exceptional prevents their growth. Ooh, big fat mood. And then also they have their everyman. Everyman sims just want to belong and feel like part of something. They like any distinctive identity and rarely stand out. Oh, I didn't realize that this was going to be a call out post. Then we also, Alice has the same. So Alice is also an artist and an everyman. I think that's probably going off maker more than anything. So like I said, there are a bunch of settings. You can still choose to turn things on and off. Unfortunately, it's not like Kawaii Stacy's Slice of Life where you can just remove stuff from the files. Everything's included in the 2 files that you download just as a base, but you can go through the settings and turn things off. So this is obviously the overall settings, so these are the wonderful settings. You can also go to personalization and give them wonderful attributes. This is how you actually get the polyamorous rep. You can also make it harder to actually conceive. You can have sims who have aversive appearance will find it harder to attract others. Most eyes that look upon them will have a generally negative disposition. Oh, that's so sad. Then you can also have attractiveness ambivalent. Got there in the end. So these are basically sims who just don't care about looks. So really nice little attributes just to make your sim feel a bit different. The realism is definitely here in this mod if you do download it, but to go into the actual settings, so say for example you didn't want menstrual cycle or like pregnancy activated. If you actually disable pregnancy, it just works the same way that it always has in The Sims 4. So I am going to go to simple mode, select to make Sims get pregnant based on the set percentage chances. You can also obviously change the woohoo, so you can turn off STDs if you would like, if you don't want the little crabby wabbies. then you can definitely turn that off in the settings. And then we also have the relationship settings. I'm not going to go through every single one of these. So you have the attractiveness. You can turn on and off attractiveness if you don't want the storytelling aspect. Honestly, there is so much personalization in this mod, so I would suggest if you do download it, just go through the settings and like tune it to actually what you want in your game. Just be sure to read through it all so that you know what you are doing. And then to actually set the chemistry system up, so you can go to attractiveness. I think you can just like randomly generate them, but we're gonna generate Alice's sim preferences. So yeah, you can just set like the preferences to random if you want to. You can also do it based on the most common attractive traits in the world, based on sim own attractive traits, or based on a sim that you pick. So that's basically generating them, but if you actually just want to select them, you can just go on select attractiveness traits, and here you will have like the preferred sex. So as you can see, I have set Alice's to female and she dislikes male sims just because that's her preference. You can have the appearance, so you can have a feminine appearance or a masculine appearance. You can also choose different occults to be attracted to, preferred ages, young adults, adults, or elders. There is a whole ton of stuff. So they're the fundamental. You have hair attractiveness, so you can choose what hair color that you're most attracted to. You can have hair colors that your sim doesn't find attractive, hair types, like whether they have straight, wavy, or curly hair. This can get super nitpicky. Teeth condition, for example. I don't know what comes under bad teeth in The Sims 4. If anyone would like to let me know, apparently only 2.4% of the Sims in my current worlds have bad teeth. I don't know whether that means like vampires or who knows. I actually want to show off. So because obviously Alice is an artist, we can talk about latest inventions, we can mention creative visions, and because V is also an artist with that trait, then I'm assuming that they're actually going to get on pretty well together. So Alice actually unlocked the persuasion skill, will help her to influence other Sims' beliefs and behavior against their mind. Personality archetype. Alice shows signs of the artist and everyman. We can also, if we want to, we can ask other Sims about their attractiveness preferences if you go into romance. So I'm actually gonna ask V what they're into, see if they're attracted to Alice at all. Okay. I like straight hair. That's the only straight thing you do like, apparently. If your sim is also in an area and they're stood up, you can also scope the surroundings just by clicking on them, and it should come up under more choices. After Alice finished scoping the room for attractive faces, she hasn't noticed anybody interesting. No! You don't find V interesting? That's so rude. Considering we didn't find anyone attractive in our home, which honestly I'm slightly annoyed about, not gonna lie. We're actually gonna scope the local surroundings in the bar and see if there's anyone that we're actually attracted to here. Still no one interesting? Alice, are you okay? Like, I feel like you're looking for something super specific. Ooh, there we go. So V is actually attracted to Alice. Spot pulsating hearts to recognize the attraction. So V is pulsating for Alice. Oh no. I've never actually seen the pulsating heart though. That's cute. That like shows that you're interested. Oh, I like that. So there aren't actually any like flirty things that you can do really with this mod. It obviously helps you to like create stories and choose who your sim is actually attracted to. So that pretty much wraps it up. I mean, mean, we didn't get to see any of the moodlets. I basically just wanted to bring this mod to your attention because I know how many of us out there are actually missing like an attractiveness system and also just a bit more personality for your Sims. So it's nice just to have those options and kind of play around with it a bit more, especially if you are a storyteller and you currently feel like your gameplay is lacking or your Sims aren't really definitive in any type of way. So I hope this video was helpful. We didn't really get to see the moodlets, but I'm sure like if I played this more, we'd be able to see them, and it will actually start affecting your moodlets. Like I said, this mod pretty much just comes down to personal preference, what you do want to turn on, what you don't want to turn on, but I can assure you, you will be turning on a few Sims if you download this mod. So I will, as I said, leave that link down below. And I just want to give some huge props to Turbo because honestly, this is such a cool mod and it's definitely going to become a staple in my game. I have already replaced Wicked Whims with this because I was basically using these systems anyway, so just having that like non-worry of Sims like stripping off at any point is definitely a little bit more relaxing as a content creator, and I don't feel like I have to be like watching like a hawk at all times. So hopefully this video was helpful to you all. Let me know in the comments down below if there's anything else you would maybe like to see added to this mod, but thank you all so much for tuning in. Let me know if you downloaded it, and I will speak to you all in my next video, which is actually gonna be about the update. You might be wondering, Molly, why didn't you have the update video up today? And it's because I'm not currently at my computer as I am uploading this. This is a pre-recorded video. So my update video will be tomorrow, just in case you were wondering. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.